What's good, traders? Welcome to another video. Well, in this one, I want us to get to have a conversation about some of the things as a trader you should consider keeping them a secret, and there's a very good reason behind that. I'm not talking about you being a hypocrite, and I'm talking about some of the things that they get to help you have an easy journey when it comes to trading by not just going out there sharing with other people. And some of these things are things which have been tried out myself. I've tried, and of course, I've had a personal experience with these things. And hopefully, if you're a beginner or even you're a pro trader, you can attest to this one. And of course, they get to really help you with your journey towards profitability. So, which are these things that I'm talking about? One is whereby it's very, very important that you should consider whenever you have an open position which is running, just keep it up and just keep it a secret for a while until it gets to hit either your stop loss or your TP. And what is the reason behind this? Whenever you have a position running, and of course you have that circle of friends around you, particularly those people even who are not traders, they don't understand what trading is all about. You go around telling them, I have this position which is playing out this way. There are those people who might tell you, for instance, they get to tell you that, for instance, you risk very little in that position, but you very, very well know that when you're executing that trade, you took time to resonate and, of course, decide on the particular amount of money that you should risk on that particular trade, and you're okay with that. But there's this energy coming from the people around you telling you maybe you could add more positions. And of course, remember, when it comes to trading, we are talking about probability. You could do as they get to help you or to make you add a position, but from the first place, you felt you're more comfortable, and your brain power was capable of holding that position without panicking. So you might end up adding a position, and remember, this gets to have an impact in your mindset, in your psychology. You might even be in a position whereby you can't be able to hold the position maybe for a few days, for a few weeks. If, for instance, if you are a swing trader like me, and this is just an external force which you could just avoid by just not sharing or telling your friends about that position. So myself, I've realized it's much easier whenever you get to do these things alone, and it gets also to make the journey to be more comfortable with less emotion and as well as pressure. So having an opposing position, I would recommend just keep it to yourself and let it play out. It's either hit the stop loss or it gets to hit the TP. Also, another thing is going around telling people of how much money you are looking for to make with trading. Your financial situation should be a personal thing. You don't go around telling people this is how much I have in my account or I'm looking to make. This makes you to be very, very emotional, and at some point it may cloud your judgment. You find yourself, you are no longer even applying proper risk management, or even at some point you may find yourself you're having these behaviors that you have been working for so long to learn from. I'm talking about things like over trading. You may find you are even over position. You have bigger positions, lot side position, as compared to what you had before. So it's very, very important that you get to keep it to yourself when it comes to things like personal finance situation. So also another thing is whereby we're talking about your profit and you are losing, that is your losses, your P&L. So remember, trading losses, they are normal. It's a normal thing when it comes to trading. At some point you will find yourself in some losing street, but it doesn't mean that you're no longer a trader, or even your edge is not work or playing out as it's supposed. But remember, in any edge, we do have those losing street, and it's normal. So whenever you just keep bragging about your profit to your friends, and you find yourself in those losing street, some people, they may feel like almost giving up, which is something that is just normal. So it's very, very important that you get to understand keeping these things to yourself. It just makes the journey much easier. You don't have to keep discussing every win that you get with your friends. You can just let it play for wins or for losses. Just trade consistently without having that emotional attachment to these events. So it's very, very important that you get to understand that. So also another thing is whereby we are talking about how much money you want to make with trading. I remember trading is a game of uncertainty, and by that I mean whereby you might not be sure of how much money you can get to make, as well as you might make more or less, but you should always consider focusing on the process. The outcome will happen either make losses or profits. This is something that can happen over a period of time. You just need to make sure that you're concentrating, you're focusing on just trading your edge consistently without changing every now and then. So it's very important that you get to eradicate that money aspect in your mind. So it's very, very important that you get to do that in order to avoid behaviors like over trading, sometimes revenge trading. Uh, Imagine a scenario like this one. You have already told your friends by the end of this month I'm going to make $1 million, and then it so happens that this particular month, you are in a losing streak. So remember, you have that. You have already put out there to your friends that they are already having the expectation that this month you're going to make $1 million. What do you think will happen when you fall into that losing streak? Definitely, you'll now start doing things like over trading or revenge trading, over trading, increasing your position, your lot size position, which results to yourself digging yourself in in a deeper hole. Well, if you hadn't told them about the potential a scenario of making that $1 million, you could just be trading comfortably. Sometimes you even go weeks without even taking any trade, without any pressure. So you can see the impact and so much pressure that comes with just going out there, telling your friends, and of course, creating this illusion of things that of events which haven't even happened. So it's very, very important that you get to consider that one. And lastly, is whereby you don't need to go out there telling people about your big idea. Remember, trading is a gradual process which requires consistency, patience, and discipline. So, if you have a big idea coming up and you're still waiting for a few confluences to align, just sit tight and be patient enough. And of course, when everything gets to align, you'll just execute without any pressure. So, just try as much as possible and don't go out there sharing every event that you think will happen and it hasn't yet happened. So these are some of the things that I've learned over the years, and I'm sure for beginners traders or people who are still losing, that is unprofitable, consider implementing these things we have talked about, and sure enough, you'll see some improvement. That's it for today, guys. If you do enjoy my videos, consider hitting the subscribe button, as well as you can share your thoughts on the comment section. I really, really appreciate, and we will keep in touch, and of course, have a good time.